Hey everybody, this is Steve Monday, Chief Forecaster with Rowan County Weather. Over the past few months, you've seen me interview coaches and different coaches and race car drivers and you name it, and even some Charlotte FC coaches and radio analysts. And now we're going to talk to some student athletes as well. And the very first one we're going to start with is Jay McGruder. Jay plays football at Carson, but I also know Jay plays basketball as well. He may do some other sports that I'm not aware of, but Jay, I appreciate you joining with us today.
It's nice to have me.
Yeah. So Jay, before we get started, so I know all of your friends and everybody that goes to Carson with you, they know Jay McGruder. There may be some people who are watching right now who don't know who you are. So give us a little bit of background on who you are.
Uh, I'm a kid that was born in Indiana and had grew up in Annapolis, North Carolina. And I was like one of those humble kids that was like one of the quiet kids. And I always wanted to do something special and not be like the rest of my family. Like I had a hard past. It was like a whole lot of like doing the right thing. And that's what I've been doing and just having a goal to focus on.
That's always good to know, and it's a good way to live life in general. So I know, like I said, you play football and you do basketball as well. Any other sports you do, or just those two?
I'll do track too.
All track as well. All right, so three sport athlete, three sport student athlete. Tell us what got you into football first and foremost.
Well, when I was younger, I was like doing like little league football. It was like when I was like 7, and then like I never liked it football at first. I just felt like I wasn't my sport. And then I had played for Knox Middle School, and I tried out my 8th grade year, and I was a linebacker tight end, but I ain't getting no minutes, so I ain't like football, so I just focused on basketball. So then last year of my junior year, I had some friends that told me you might as well come play football, and I'll try it out. So if you could read my article, it said at first I tried out at linebacker, then safety, and then I found a home at running back. So it's like starting to like it, and now I love it.
Yeah, I've been out to several Carson home games this year. I mean, I know you're probably familiar that my daughter goes to Carson as well. So been out to several of the games, enjoyed watching you play. It was always really nice to see you burst through the line. You have some definite downhill speed, and I'm sure that comes from running track as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what got you into basketball?
My mom, like it was like my whole family that played basketball. Mom was playing in high school and was gonna go, and she went to college for it. And then like she loved it, so then I started to love it. And my favorite person was like LeBron, so I kind of looked up to LeBron. So yeah, that happened.
Well, that's a good person to look up to. That's for sure. Anybody that can command the respect of an entire league is definitely someone to look up to. And then, of course, you said you do track as well. So, did you just have a love for track that got you into it, or how did you make that journey?
Well, my football coach Jonathan Lowe, he had told
Mhm.
me he was like, so you might as well come play track to help you get faster for football. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So
Well, let's talk about Coach Lowe for a moment. So, he's been coach at Carson for a few seasons now, and I know you said you played for your junior year. If I'm remembering correctly, this is your senior year right now. Is that right? So, how have you enjoyed playing for Coach Lowe over the last two seasons?
he he coached me a lot, taught me a lot. And like when I first got to Carson, like me and him had like an issue, and now we like best bud. Like I can go in his office, he'll like just tell me this and that, how I can be a better football player. And like he was like one of those coaches I can like go to and be like, so I need help with this, and like I know he got my back.
So this season obviously didn't turn out as well as you and the rest of the Cougars would have liked for it to turn out, but you still had some quality wins along the way. Um, Obviously, the season started out really on a sad note with the passing of Dalton Gay. I know that probably had an impact on the team overall. How did you guys just kind of manage that to make your way into the season and then through it?
Becoming the game, we didn't know how it was going to like work for us without Dalton. So it's like we had players stepped up, and some players quit and us, and some people that stayed, they haven't gave up on us. And
Mhm.
like we had some of the toughest games I can say by like 2 or 3 points. And like we all stay on the same task, and we all wanted to go win for Dalton. And we wanted to make senior night one of the special ones.
Yeah, that definitely was a special one, if I remember correctly. You guys played, I think, Concord that night, and you did get the win. Is that right? Yeah. So, tell me about, just we'll kind of do some generalized questions here, but what's been your most proud moment over your life? And it doesn't even have to be related to college. I'm sorry, it doesn't have to be related to football or track or basketball. It can just be any moment at all.
Um, I'll probably say probably playing football
Mm.
and like starting to like it more. And I got like a goal on my board that says get 2 touchdowns in one game. I did that my first game against Mount Pleasant. And it's like I write all my goals down before I have another season. And it was like one of them have 1,000 yards. And I did that my last game. So it was like
Right.
one of those I have for myself.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on reaching those two goals. What would be your most adverse moment so far that you've had to deal with?
Probably going to Carson, like a new environment because I've transferred from Southbury. And it was like I can focus on my grades, focus on school more and more sports without like having distractions.
Right. So one of the things I've been doing is when I talk to folks is, obviously you're going through some things now that some of your underclassmen are going to go through as they get to where you are now. You're literally getting ready to transition from high school to college. So before we go past that point, go ahead and tell us. I know you have already, I think, signed with a college. Is that correct?
No, sir, I just got accepted to John C. Smith.
Okay,
So
that's
it's
what
like,
I saw. Yeah. Are
I
you?
got
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you can go ahead.
I was just going to say, so you said you've been accepted to Johnson C. Smith. Are you considering other offers that might be out there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I certainly understand that. What would be your if you had the choice, what would be the college you'd like to go to and attend?
Mm, I really don't know. Like any college that has
Yeah. What were you looking to major in once you get through college? Like, what are you planning on doing after college?
business management.
Oh,
And
nice, nice. That's always something good to get in that way if you end up, going through a football career and making your way to the pro ranks and all that, you've got something on the backside that you can do, after walking away from the game. Um, so with that said, you're like I said, you're kind of at a point now where you're going through some things that some of your underclassmen will be going through. The juniors, if they haven't already started looking at colleges and maybe getting offers, they're going to start to get them. Sophomores and freshmen, their time is coming. What would be your advice to your underclassmen to what you're dealing with now?
go hard and stay focused in school because you don't know who's watching you, and just go out there and show out for the game and play for your boys.
I appreciate you saying that. Yesterday I actually interviewed Jessica Charman, who is the radio analyst for Charlotte FC. And one of the things she said when I asked her the same question was, what advice do you have for, student athletes who are getting ready to come out of high school into college and then maybe even into the pro ranks later, or even just into the business world in general? And she said literally exactly what you just said. So that's good to know that you're very mature for your age, because Jessica's probably about 10 or 12 years older than you, and you're speaking just like her. So that's a good first step out into the real world, and I'm glad to see that for you. One of the things I've heard about you through talking to folks that either go to school with you or that have played football with you or any other sport is that first and foremost you give everything you got for not only the betterment of the team, but anything you're working with in general. It can just be in generalized classwork or anything like that. But another thing they say about you is you are a very funny guy. They say you're kind of comical and can make a lot of jokes and stuff. And I haven't seen that yet with you in this interview because you seem very well laid back. And I'm certainly not trying to get you to make a joke, but tell me about the differences that people see with you in general.
Now, when you see me, like, I'll probably like look mad, but like in reality, I'm just like a chill, laid back person, like what you just said. But like once I opened up at like to the classroom or something, like somebody having a bad day, I'll go over there and like crack a joke or make them feel better and like have make them have a smile on their face and all that. So it's like it could come and go. But like if you see me not smiling, then you know I'm having a bad day. But I can bring the light to the room if I really wanted to.
Well, you definitely have the respect of a lot of your classmates and teammates and things like that. Like I said, I've spoken to several folks about you since we lined this interview up just to get some insight on you because obviously this is really our first time meeting, even though it's virtually. I've seen you out on the field. I've watched you on the sidelines. You are certainly somebody who seems to be a motivator. You seem to you know, shrug off the bad plays and go, hey, I'm going to get it on the next play, and you just move on and look forward rather than dwelling on the things that you can't really fix now because they've already come and gone. So that's one of the things I appreciate about you from just watching from the stands. So what are your plans in terms of with football in general? So I know you plan on going to college and you're looking forward to playing there, I assume. Do you have any ambitions of going pro, or is this just something you're wanting to do through college?
Um, I got. I feel like I can go pro. I just
Yeah.
gotta go work, and like become better at football because it's my second year playing running back, and I feel like it's a lot to learn and see the field more better. Like last year, I wasn't seeing the field, so this year, like I'll start seeing the field and being more explosive, and that's what my goal is to do for the next coming season for
Yeah,
college.
absolutely. Also planning on, I assume, playing basketball and track as long as you can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. You can certainly do a lot with all three of those, especially in the college world. And another thing, I kind of go back to some of the things that folks have talked to me about in the past. One of the best things I heard was, even though it may be a little bit controversial for some folks, is you don't have to settle for a Division I school to do great things. You can play in Division II or Division III and still be one of the best pros out there if you end up going that far. I mean, we see it all the time. You can even look at Tom Brady, who's arguably the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. Even though he went to the University of Michigan, he was not drafted very high at all, nor given a chance really to do much of anything. It just worked out for him that Drew Bledsoe got injured and he stepped up to the plate. What are your thoughts on, are you really just kind of focused on being locked into going to a major school, or are you just going to take whatever the best opportunity is for you, regardless of what division it is?
Or whatever opportunity to play the next level ball. So I don't
Mhm.
it don't D3, D2, or D1. I
Yeah,
just want to play football again.
yeah, absolutely. So really, as we start to wrap up here, Jay, I know you said you're looking to get a business degree, if I remember correctly, and doing things like that. Um, what would be your motivation for once you get through football and into business? Like, what are you hoping to be a big goal in the business world when you get there?
I want to do real estate, so like sell houses, flip them, and all that. Like you gotta do the dirty work and then hire people to do. So yeah, be a businessman.
Well, you go. Everybody's got to have a place to live, man. So that's definitely a good goal to have. Jay, any message you want to send out before we wrap everything up here? I
more
know you got.
work,
Oh, go ahead.
uh,
Sorry.
more work to improve on. So it's
Mhm.
like I'm gonna have that down pack and get ready for basketball season and just keep working towards football. So yeah.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you about was, basketball. I know basketball season's coming up. I literally just saw Mike London send out a tweet earlier today, and you were one of the three returning players he mentioned in the tweet about Carson basketball coming up this season. And he says you got a good group of freshmen coming in as well. Have you had a chance to meet the team that you're going to be playing with this year? Have you guys already been kind of connecting?
Oh yes, sir. So it's gonna be better than last year. Well, last season. So this team, this group is gonna be better for us. Probably gonna have a chance in the playoffs.
Well, that's good to hear. I know that with Carson's history, especially with Brooke Strader being the girls' coach there for so long, she established a legacy there. The boys' side has been slowly coming along and kind of reaching that level. How close do you feel like you're getting to where you could equal what the girls have been doing out there?
I feel like on a scale of 1 through 10, we probably right now we probably like at a 4.
Mhm.
Communication and like playing as a team. So it's like it's a lot of stuff we gotta improve on, work on. So once we get that all down, then it's gonna be a good season for us.
Well, Jay, I certainly appreciate your time today. Certainly wish you well. Look forward to seeing you in basketball season. Like I said, I've enjoyed watching watching you through football season. It was always really neat to hear the announcer there at football season. He has certain names. He says certain ways, and he certainly had a variation on how he said your name. I'm not sure if you got to hear it being out on the field or anything, but anytime you would make a big play or something, he would stress the McGruder part of your name as he said it out. So it was pretty neat to hear throughout the season.
Yes, sir.
Well, Jay, I certainly appreciate it, and again, hopefully, look forward to seeing you during basketball season and try to catch up with you at one of the games and just meet you in person now that we've met virtually.
Yes, sir.